All right, let's call the meeting to order. We'll start with the pledge. All rise.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, welcome everybody to the work session, July 14th, 2025, here 10:30 a.m. I'll ask the Secretary Treasurer to call the roll.
Scott Horowitz.
I'm here.
Warren, present. Chip Marin.
Here.
Joe McLaughlin. Here. Matt Parsons.
Present.
We're all here, Mr. President.
All right. We have a discussion on with Sag Harbor Village and LKMA, and I see the engineers here, and I see the folks from the village, so if you want to come up, we will
James, can you grab that extra chair over there, please?
nice to see you.
Morning.
How are you?
Yep, hey, morning. Whoops. I'm Jean Kane, I'm the village trustee, and this is Bob Borey, our harbor master.
The famous Bob Borey.
Nice to see you all.
You guys can sign in.
Morning, Robert.
Hey, Lisa, how are you?
That would be great.
Pass one on.
Oh, it's multiple.
Pass them down, yeah.
Enough copies.
Okay, so
I got an extra. Scott, you got one more.
one more. Thank you. Pleasure to be working with you all.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. All right, who wants to start? Who's?
Well, this is for the replacement. I mean, the initial discussion is the replacement of the A dock that the village has. We're planning on submitting a permit application for that, but we also wanted to discuss future removal of the cable moorings and a replacement with a new dock at some point in time. Probably the permitting for that would be next year or after the summer season. So we just want to get a feel for, what the trustees think about that. I think the A dock is fairly straightforward because it's almost a replacement in kind. Keith can go over some of that stuff, but on the third page of the handout, I'll give you a better idea of what we're looking to do for the future.
So the A dock currently is an open pile pier, and we're looking to replace that with a gangway along with a floating dock. And at the end of the dock, it's a T dock. On the end of the dock, it's also a pile supported pier, but there's a breakwater on that. So in order to continue to protect the marina from the waves from the north direction, we're looking to have a freestanding breakwater on the north side of the new floating dock.
That's gonna be a poly dock.
It's, yeah, likely like a Sullivan dock. It's gonna have
The snap together, or
uh,
like the poly snap together dock, or are you gonna go with like?
Not like they do in Greenport with those concrete floating docks. It's going to be
no, it's not gonna be concrete. We're thinking about the plastic foam along with the timber decking.
Timber decking on top of the poly.
And just for you to know, the existing dock was put in 1970, so they've maintained it as much as they could, and now it's getting to be a point of, not being safe. So we really need to hopefully get the DEC to move the permit so we can be doing it this, winter, the off-season.
And we were thinking about segmenting the permit process to do the A dock separately, and then possibly phase 2, which would be the new dock, because the DC, that being considered likely a major permit, would extend the review time, and the likelihood of us getting this constructed this winter would be pretty slim.
I got you. So
The plan is to do a formal permit application, but, just wanted to kind of have the two municipalities work together, the village and the trustees, just to try to, before we do the formal submission, if there's anything that you guys see that you don't want to see or something that you do want to see, we let us know and we could try to incorporate it or take it out of the plans.
I think that makes sense.
And the new dock adheres to all like the depth requirements. So we'll have at least, I believe, 36 inches to 4 feet of water in most, 4 feet of water in most areas. And then the boardwalks leading up to the two docks would have through flow decking because there is some vegetation that would be avoided during construction.
Just on the gangway.
Yeah, well, even leading up to the gangway, there's going to be a small segment of pile supported boardwalk. That way, minimize the length of the gangway.
I mean, if the gangway
What's up?
if the gangway is flow through decking, it's probably going to solve most of your issues.
Yeah, exactly.
The right now, you currently don't allow docking on the outside of that T dock. It looks like from the picture.
No, and we're likely going to keep it that way. Actually, we're widening the opening slightly. It's pretty narrow, so it might be 25 feet. We're increasing that to almost, well, a little over 28.
So you're just hitching the dock. You're making the T dock like a boat slip shorter. In order to do that, or how?
Well, there was a T dock at the end, so we're actually kind of reducing the footprint a little bit because there was a 4 foot wide dock plus the breakwater. So we're actually able to maintain the same amount of boats.
Gotcha. And on the interior, it's all small boats.
Right. Up to 28 feet.
Then the pilings are going to be obviously tropical hardwood.
Yeah, likely green heart.
Is there any dredging proposed for this project?
No.
And have you done a environmental study as far as submerged aquatic vegetation like eelgrass and stuff like that? Because I know historically there's been eelgrass in this area, so I'm just curious to know if you've done a little bit of research on that. I know
We haven't, but we could look into it. The only thing that we were able to, because the water gets pretty deep pretty quickly, is
Yeah.
there's vegetation along the shore.
Yes, I'm familiar with that, yes. But I know the state has really gotten, coming forward with a program to monitor and, make sure that any of the submerged aquatic vegetation that is currently there is maintained.
Looks like you'd be,
We're working really closely with the Peconic estuary partners,
that's good.
and not at this location, but in Sag Harbor Cove. They've been doing a study, it's almost 5 years. And the plan will be is do a combination of the oyster shells along with kale as well as the seagrass, because they are believing, and that final determination will be done in the next 2 months, but they believe from their research, when you do all three, it seems to have more positive results than if you just do one on its own. So we've been working with them at Havens Beach as well as Sag Harbor Cove. I don't remember, Bob, any eelgrass being earmarked, because they did have a drone go over and look at all the places where eelgrass is in all the Sag Harbor waters, both on the East Hampton side and the Southampton side. And I think it's probably just because of the depth that when you get above 2 feet, it's hard for the
So
eelgrass.
you're gonna be moving this project into deeper water, it looks like, right?
Yeah.
This the inner one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with the tether lines,
Cable
yeah,
line.
I mean,
You're
so
gonna move
you,
off, so.
so actually you're
It
going,
might promote.
Yeah,
well, that was my next thought, that any, revegetation along that shoreline would
We'd
be
love to do that.
greatly appreciated as far as, for the environment, and also, any eelgrass. I know that we've done several eelgrass plantings with Cornell and
Yes.
other groups in here, and it lives for a year or so, and then I guess the water temperature or something is a little too warm, and it doesn't really,
Hold.
hold.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
so,
the plan is indicating existing wetland vegetation to remain and to
Yes.
be protected during construction, so
no, it's,
I think it's a good project.
no, I do too, especially removing those boats close to shore, moving, because it's gonna give more of an environment, because those boats are literally in a new moon tide or a full moon tide, they're literally almost sitting on the bottom there.
And it's getting difficult for people to, get back and forth into their boat and the
Yeah.
cable
Ever
stuff.
since
is just-
that new bulkhead got put in probably 10 or 12 years ago or more now, there really isn't much beach there. Every year it's less and less. So people, they have to wait out to their boats just to get to those lines.
And you have to walk across the wetlands too, which is going to destroy it. So,
Exactly.
Right.
so actually by removing that type of mooring and creating bigger dock is a positive for the environment.
You see the waterway a lot busier now than it was, 15, 20 years ago,
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
Things have definitely changed when you go out there. The courtesy factor is reduced as well, I think,
There is no courtesy.
right?
Unfortunately, you have a graph, you would know.
Yeah, I
going
mean,
opposite ways.
running around the bays for over half a century,
Yeah.
you see a major change in what you're dealing with when you get out there. And
Outside Harbor.
sure, and a greater demand for facilities like this.
Well, being I have you guys all here, I have one more question. Inside of the North Haven Bridge on the north side, that finger that sticks in there, have you sent any letters to the Suffolk County about possibly getting that dredged?
Yeah, we've been,
Speaking of Scott about it, and interestingly enough, I was down there this weekend, and it's all, the utilities are marked off.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I
So
know
there
that was a
must be
water
s-
pipe that was in the way that
Well-
was, right?
I don't know if it's a water pipe. I saw, they did have water markings, and the electric, where the electric cable is, that was marked also, which only got done this past week.
Okay.
right, well, we've been working on
Right,
this.
yeah.
We've been diligently working on this, and our last communication that we had was that this was very promising. And they're moving in that direction, and that's why you're seeing those markouts, because that was really what the concern was. Tremendous public benefit and a tremendous need for it. And the reality is, between our board and the county, we're trying to figure out how to facilitate it, but we've got to do this little research ahead of time. But as you can see, that's in process now.
Which is good.
Which is
Because
good.
it's a huge safety issue.
Huge safety issue. So, you and I have been talking about this for a while, and
Right.
we've been marching forward, but it's actually looking like it's very promising to be coming to fruition. So there's big plans for this area, it seems,
Well, that'll get more of a tidal flow in and out,
Yeah,
which
Right,
would
which will be
relieve
helpful.
some of the temperature
This-
issues.
I think you're gonna see that hopefully sooner than later, especially, after the markouts, and they know exactly what they have to deal with relative to the utilities.
Haven's on board with putting the dredge spoils on that beach, so I think we're in good shape with that.
I think the
Said put it back where it came from.
Exactly.
the big question mark or concern was the utilities, obviously. So if we can get through that, I think we're in great shape
Looked
here.
like based on what I saw, the utilities were all north of that, so.
Okay, good.
Right, so we'll keep our chain of communication going, and we'll hopefully put that behind us too, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, oh, good.
Some stuff done.
Yeah, that's what we like to do, we get stuff done around here, right?
Sometimes things take longer than we wish, but
Most times in government, that's the truth, Anybody have
but if we're
questions?
persistent,
Yeah, you gotta stay on it, but there's always a lot more details than meets the eye when you actually get into the project. Things seem like easy, 1, 2, 3, but when you actually start to get into it, you're like, wow, there's a lot going on here.
and you want to do it right.
Absolutely, one time.
With this, we didn't bring the full plan set. We figured, we'd kind of give an overview. And then when we do the actual submission for the application for the ADOT, we'll have the full plan set.
Great, thank
Yeah, but this way, at least everybody can
So
start
you
thinking
give us a
about it.
heads up, and then you're gonna have to
Right,
deal with the
start
other
to
entities,
think
and then
about
we're gonna follow suit with the best we can make this go forward as fast as we can,
Yeah.
expedite it, so.
Perfect.
Because I know you have a timeline, you kinda wanna get this banged out in the winter time. Gotcha. Right.
All right.
As soon as the boats are out,
We've got other projects that are doing the same thing, right? We got the
Always.
Beyond Shore Canal over there, we're waiting for the season to be over to get working on that, right? Takes a long time to get these things together. All right,
Great.
any
Thank you very
questions,
much.
guys?
Thank you.
That's good.
Good?
Thanks a lot.
All right.
Thank you.
Take it, Barb. See you.
See you guys. Always.
Here.
Onto this.
Somebody's eardrums.
All right, we got another discussion here for trustee Marin.
Should we pass this down to?
Trustee Rhodes.
Yeah, this was an interesting
Village
one.
Southampton.
I just want to commend the village, Southampton Village and Joe McLaughlin on the follow through on this because the original Road G, somebody, the neighboring property took it upon themselves to deer fence across the road that has not been maintained by the village, and that's going to be a discussion that we're going to have in executive session, hopefully with the mayor. We had the 3 village cops, ordinance enforcer, marine maintenance, was down to assess the situation. It was and the fence was either gonna, and a bulldozer. So the fence was either gonna be moved at their expense or they were gonna move it. So it was moved, but we do have to open up the conversation of these trustee roads that are within that the village has taken control over, but we have a reverter clause on because with all the pressure from the plovers and whatnot, there should be more access for the community. I'm not necessarily saying that it should be improved to blacktop parking lots, but I do believe there should be some access on these trustee roads for two parallel parking of 10 or so cars so that people from the community can get down to the beach, as those sluiceways were originally deeded for the freeholders of the town of Southampton to be used for. People can no longer park on the side of the road because there's no parking signs, and I believe that there should just be a 4x4 sticker, 4x4 only sign put up, and access. Gary Mack's Way could be that gate could be moved forward. I think that Mayor Epley's failed experiment, we all have them, there's no judgment, but that the wood walkway or driveway is actually making people drive more on the dunes, so I think that should be removed because it's causing more harm than it is good at the moment. And I think that at least if you could get like 8 cars to be able to park quietly on those trustee roads, I think it would because people are paying us money for drive-on permits that they can no longer use, and they're paying the village for a drive-on permit. So at least with these permits, they could access the trustee roads and utilize them to get to the beach. Middle of the day, somebody's cutting hedge. I think they have the right to go down there and jump in the water. So
It would be just for parking only,
Just for parking.
not for vehicular access.
not for
because-
vehicular over,
Cut that
but they
through.
have not been maintained up to the standard that the village has been accounted for under the reverter clause. So I believe that we should go in there and at least make it accessible for the community.
Okay, so we've been down this road before in the past.
Yes, we have.
We've been down this road, and I think this is scheduled for executive discussion.
Yes.
And I think it's probably best, that's what we'll
To
do.
follow
So-
through with the
Exactly.
mayor, and he's been forthright in helping us and the community.
Right, the mayor's been an excellent
Yes.
partner with the trustees.
I just would like to add, when I was first made aware of the situation, I was I did speak with Trustee Mann as well as Chief Hartag, who was very responsive. Actually, she didn't know that this road was in the village, but obviously this is right on the border of the county park. So there was a little issue with or a little confusion with jurisdiction. But however, I will say that the response was great, and I do hear what Chip is saying. Obviously, we should discuss as a board privately how to move forward. But this issue was handled promptly and appropriately. So, thank you, Chip, for your work.
Thank you. Yeah, you too.
So we'll have executive session. I think it's a matter that can be sensibly resolved.
Yes, agreed.
Okay. Anything more on this, or was it leave it for exec?
Yeah.
I'd leave it for exec.
Thank you. All right, let's jump into general permit applications for determination. I see Kevin Springer here from Dynamic Legal. I'm ready for you.
I'm ready for
Didn't mean to sneak up on you there, but I saw you weren't paying attention in class, so I figured I'd call on you. You have 12 Marlin Road in East Quad.
Correct. Last time I was here, we had requested a architectural drawing, which I have since submitted.
James? You happy with this?
It's on the screen here. Did you give us a new cover sheet? Are you just backfilling or?
Yeah, you're not saying a lot there.
I'm sorry, what's that? Oh, well, it's just a in kind in place bulkhead.
But, okay.
Is the bulkhead already constructed?
Yeah, see that I didn't fill that out.
See, we need it, we need to,
Yeah, that I can fix. I
Fix
didn't
that.
even realize that that's what they
yeah,
had
we need
put.
to fix.
They submitted like that.
Right, we need to fix that, for sure. So if you could do that, detailed
Yeah, absolutely.
description of what it is that we're doing that matches and corresponds to the plan.
That's not a
And
problem.
there's a wood dock on that plan. Was that what we agreed to? Is that,
No, it's not wood, it's a Trex type material, it's all untreated.
is it already there?
Yeah,
Was this approved?
it was,
this is an as-built, correct?
Yeah,
Yes.
this is an as-built application, so we need.
So we don't necessarily have to agree to it.
No, you don't. We don't, no, we don't, but we need the complete description done, and then we need to, the board needs to do, you know, its due diligence on those.
I have some pictures for you guys also.
We have some older stuff, you have newer stuff?
Yeah, I took some last week, which I'll submit.
So-
with the-
Okay,
I'll do a new cover page, basically.
if the cover page matching exactly what the plans are, submit the pictures, and then we can move forward to the next. Do you have anything else on with us today?
No.
What type of material are you using for the backfill? It looks like it's almost like topsoil.
That was originally, but then it was switched to sand, because also a sand buffer there also.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this isn't here anymore?
No,
That's
that's
old.
what they originally, when
Okay.
they first started the project, and then somebody came down and said something, and that's when everything
Yeah, it looks
came
like-
to a halt and said, this is no good.
It's like
Right.
remnants of a
Pulled it back out.
construction site.
So there's a sand buffer in between the dock and
Yes.
and how large is the sand buffer?
This is old pictures.
Do you have pictures of what currently is there?
I do, I have to print them
You
out.
gotta print them, submit them with
Yeah.
the proper cover sheet, because it's,
Yeah, I don't know.
there's nothing on
So
there.
it's an incomplete application right now?
It's,
Okay.
it's a purpose of work session.
Which is fine.
Just tweak out what you need to tweak out, and then the board can. Those are old.
I also see the grade of that original pictures is like too high there. It needs to be 4 inches below.
Yeah,
Hopefully it's the new,
yeah, you can tell from the new pictures, because there is a
Alright.
little,
This was at the genesis of the problem.
Yep.
Right, so
Yes. Yep.
you're working on cleaning this up.
Alright.
Thank you. All right, this is old, he's bringing new.
all right.
All right, Kevin.
Thank you.
we get the new stuff.
This
Yeah.
is-
It's on the hold.
All right, I'll get that in this
All
week.
right,
Thank you.
any questions, you know where to find us. I have Susan Pond, 15 Old Point Road in Quad, and that's Mr. Billy Mack here from First Coastal.
Morning,
Good morning.
trustees. Billy Mack, First Coastal.
Okay,
This is a,
190 feet of bulkhead.
yes. Just get my stuff together now.
And a beach grass buffer,
Yes, thank you.
10 feet wide, 12 inches on center.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Okay,
And
all
a dock.
right. You're gonna do a little reclamation dredging
Yeah, a little bit.
to -3. All non-treated lumber.
Treated, very compliant.
And you wanna do a new 4x14 catwalk, 3x12 ramp, and a 6x20 float.
Yeah, and we are adding that buffer. There's nothing there now, so
Right.
beneficial buffer will
See it
be added.
indicated on your plans.
And the catwalk is flow through.
Yeah, everything's through flow, yeah. Catwalk and ramp.
You gotta check the adjoining property, that looks like a bit of a mess.
How many mooring piles are
There's 2 tile piles and 2 to hold the
there?
float.
Total 4.
Open grate decking.
Yeah, this is it's nice. It's a deep creek there. It's deep quick, so we don't go out very
How
far.
wide is the creek that they have? How wide is the? It seems a little narrow there.
The navigation area is really wide. I don't have a scale with me. Oh, it's
137.
137
Yeah,
feet.
he's got plenty of room. for
Yeah.
that.
The pictures are a little.
Yeah,
This
Scepter here.
plan Shows a nice.
Okay, plenty of room.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
What do you think, James?
Looks good.
Yeah,
We got it, Bill.
this one, you're checking all the boxes on.
We just need stamp plans, Billy.
Stamp plans, yeah.
Of course. Matt?
Yeah, good.
Bill, want to go down the line or?
Yeah, no, let's go down with what you hear, let's get your stuff, take this, this one can,
This next one is Gilbert. We talked about this before. This is dredging and bulkhead reconstruction. The owner's actually going to be able to want to do this in phases, just budget-wise, but the primary concern right now is to get the dredging and slip
We
functional.
already approved this
We
one
did, yeah.
last session.
Oh, I got stamp plans. Oh, that's right. This should be lowered on the final approval, not on the review. I think.
Yeah, it was a
That's
question
all
about
changed.
the elevation of the bulkhead, and
Yeah.
Right, we sorted that out.
sorted that out, and then the dredging was gonna be confined just to in Foster's Creek and that little man-made slip to the north.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then the no
Yeah, you gave us
disturbance,
the- you
no
gave us a
disturbance
new-
on the front. That was the first problem we had.
Yep.
Give us a new update cover sheet with the bulkhead raised 12 inches because you had it on the plans for 18.
Oh, okay.
So
so you
that's why
amended,
we didn't put it on for stamp
see.
plans.
Right.
Got you
We have to-
on the
so
12
he-
inches.
he has made all the changes that were requested.
So I'll just put it on for the next session to
Advance. for that.
advance it.
Yeah,
Yeah, so we have stamp plans that say 12 inches, so you're good to put
The
it
owner's
directly to the regular meeting.
Eager
That's-
to get the slip functioning. I don't know if there's any way we
Well,
can.
we can't
get-
dredge now anyway.
This has no restriction on it,
Yes.
oddly.
Not everything has that restriction, that some permits do
Because
not
it's a
have.
slip that's silted over,
Exactly.
so yeah, there's no spawning.
Different windows, different
So
places.
do we want to make this? Do we want to make this a
Absolutely.
walk on or?
it's unusual.
It's an unusual.
No, there are some that are like that, I've seen them.
Yeah, but it's
Lately,
we have.
they've
No, I
been
meant
pretty
from down-
restrictive on
down
what to be
below.
dredged.
Oh no, yeah, but with the D, we have the DEC in the core, and there's no
It depends
restriction
where
on
you're
it.
You don't
located.
need to,
Yeah,
because he
it
has
depends.
stamp plans.
The
so you're
dredging be
advancing
just
it anyway for the
confined
next
to
meeting.
Just the boat slip.
Just
Just
anyway.
Not the Forsters.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
So it'll be
Yeah,
on
and
the
that's,
resolution.
you know, that's why he's phasing this.
Okay.
He
I
has,
understand.
The only thing he wants to do right now is
just advance it.
Okay.
Okay.
Would that happen before August?
he'd like it
In
to, but
reality?
if it's not gonna, then it's not gonna. But
With the logistics of the machinery and,
yeah, it would be
Everything
all
else?
barge access, and it would be on his property, you know. So it would be limited. So yes, it can be done. Somebody. would
When's
ask
our
me
next
that.
meeting?
The 4th.
August
All
4th
right, let's just advance it.
Okay,
to August 4th.
Yeah.
thank you.
Fine.
Appreciate that. And
You go with that?
Yeah, I'm good. Yes.
And you have,
It's still taking in the fact that you can dredge in the middle of the summer.
strange.
well, because a lot of times, yeah, people don't want that disruption,
Yeah. Don't
aside from the windows, the
Nobody
dredge
wants it.
windows.
barge in their backyard.
You know,
It's only there for 2 days and it's cool.
Yeah. The
next
last
one's
Parsons one.
Yeah,
Kavanaugh.
28 Halsey.
Halsey, did you get a chance to take a look at this?
I did.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Uh-huh.
So, it's replacing the existing bulkhead. We are requesting an 18-inch because this is a property that's high and slopes off immediately to the edge of the bulkhead. So we'd love to get that 18 inches, kind of retain as much of the,
I didn't see that on the cover sheet though.
this is first pass, so if you need it on there, we can certainly add that to the cover sheet.
well, it would have to be on the cover sheet, for sure.
Yeah, we probably
That's
left
gotta be
that
on
out, knowing we'd be discussing it.
It has to go.
Do we have it? Do we have grades of the neighboring bulkheads?
I have pictures.
Yeah, we got
The one
pictures.
to the north is a little higher, and to the south, it actually it ends at the return. There's no connection to the next door neighbor.
Show you the pictures I have. Actually, James has probably got some pictures too, but these
And if
kind
it-
of
if-
show it's heavily vegetated, and there's a little retaining wall in that vegetation. So
And where are you at with this dock all the way around the whole piece of property?
the bulkhead is replaced all the way around the piece of
No, I'm
property.
talking about the decking.
Oh, the decking.
I think you plan on
Check the
extending
plan.
the non-fertilized buffer.
Yeah, there's a non-fertilized buffer
onto
for
the
sure.
yeah.
I don't
See
know.
the
Those were the
new plans.
We'll, what's the cover sheet say?
I gave all my stuff to.
Extend existing 10-foot wide non-disturbance, non-fertilization buffer area around boat slip.
So we're also increasing the size of the boat slip, so increasing the wetlands here.
So it will just be buffer around the boat slip.
Around the boat slip and the rest of the bulkhead.
And so
So
this
they're
area,
taking steps to actually do this correct, it seems like.
Trying
They're
to,
removing decking,
Yep.
they're increasing the height so that the grade of that nuclear lawn doesn't go into the water.
and adding a buffer.
Yeah, and a buffer.
this is the spot that's going to get dug out.
Exact,
right?
so that'll get
Excavated.
turned into slip.
Mhm.
That
So
section.
we're increasing
Wetland.
The slip.
Really nice plantings along the
is
shoreline
nice.
now.
But it's also the grade is high there, so that's part of the problem.
Then what's the planting that you're gonna put on the non-disturbance? Just beach grass?
There's currently two docks, floating docks on there. There's one on the outside and then one on the inside of the.
There's one right now, we're proposing one on the, that one right there. Exactly, so there
You're
is an
removing this
existing
one.
We're gonna take that one and
And
move
then
it.
what about this one out here on the end?
Because you're allowed two, right?
One 6 by
One
20.
floating dock, but two boats.
Two boats, and what, we'd like to have one floating dock inside the slip.
So 2 docks on
Two
a piece of
docks, two.
property?
You're only allowed one dock on property.
Inside a slip?
That's council. According to regulations, one.
One structure, yeah.
Okay.
So you can make it a fixed.
We can
Catwalk.
sort that out, yeah. I mean, be the ideal situation. I think they can figure it out if they can't.
You have to amend your
Yeah.
cover sheet to make sure it's representative of
Is
just
this
one.
yours, Billy?
Those are mine.
This is
Both of them?
Actually, this,
one,
6 by 20 foot.
by 20.
6 by 20.
Plans need to be updated then, for whichever one they're removing.
Bulkhead height.
Buffer language, all that stuff, right? Now that's showing there. Can you zoom in on that? The buffer on that drawing there?
yeah, see, this is the neighbor to the north. And this is
Yeah,
theirs.
that's that whole area.
Yeah, okay.
You know, it's really specific. Do you have any idea what you're
Yeah,
gonna put
we
there?
would propose beach grass, and I'll clarify that.
12-inch center, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, put that on there.
What's currently there?
There's a mixture of native and non-native grasses there right now.
So it's a functional wetlands right now.
It is.
So you can actually use some of the native wetlands and
Yeah,
replace
we'll
them.
recover
Yeah.
whatever we can, sure.
Okay.
But there's some non-native grasses.
We want
there
them
we
out.
want out, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. We will come back to you with another plan. And then I think that's it.
That's all you have for today.
Thank you, Billy.
Appreciate it, guys.
Nice day.
We'll have it
All right,
right.
so then we
The
go
avenue?
back to, I have one more, the owner,
Do you have one on there? No, I have.
One Marinea
Oh,
Place.
that's the bottom one.
One Marinea, that's you folks, right? Hello. You come up here and sit with us here. Used to be the protocol for the day here.
Hi.
Hello, how are
Hello.
you?
How you doing?
All right, so you folks, you had a little work to do last time, right? James, did we check? Did we make a determination about whether or not your existing structure was what was permitted?
So they updated the survey from Zawalski with this note that says no change to project description per trustee permit jet 000003 between 2017 and 2018. So he's confirming that what is built there now is what is shown on there, and it matches that permit.
It matches that permit.
Consistent.
Okay. And that was, I think, our primary concern, correct? James?
You also gave us photos, correct?
That's all we asked for last time.
That's all we asked for last time. You just wanted to, right? You just
Yeah,
wanted
make
to,
sure that
make sure
what was currently there was permitted.
and the licensed surveyor has confirmed that.
Yep.
All right, is anybody
I
else?
don't think it was a bad project myself.
No, but you know, if
Yeah, we gotta-
if you say, 50 feet and it's 83 feet, well, we have a problem, right?
Yeah.
So we had to confirm that, and another professional surveyor did that.
Yep.
Right, so we should be, you good? Matthew? Chip?
I'm good.
Advance it.
Good. Advanced, yeah.
Okay, thank you for,
you.
Thank you.
going through the exercise. It's very important.
Have a great morning.
Take care.
Yeah.
See everybody.
Okay, so trustee Warner.
Yes. Michael Price. 14 Ocean View Drive, Shinnecock Hills. There it is.
Hello. How are you? What? Sure.
You have one, Scott? I have extra.
Yeah, I'm good, I'm sure, it's okay. Nothing up my sleeve.
Very good, another pen. Wow, it. So when we last met, I believe we asked you to stake it out,
Yes.
which was done. I was down at the site, looked at the preliminary stakeout. It's kind of tough there because the beach isn't completely straight. It's kind of like concave or curved a little bit. The question was if we could move it landward, and there was an issue with that because of the conservation covenant. So I guess this is where it's going to end up. I just want to make sure that when the contractor starts the project, that our board could be, let known so I can go down there and look at it before they start, as I don't want anything to go seaward of
Right.
that, which can, basically interfere with the public pass and repass.
Right, and we met with the contractor a few days ago, and I let him know that has to be the most seaward, like the stakes are still there, so that has
Yep.
to be the most seaward location. So he understood, but yeah, I will let him know that you'd like to.
That way we can build it landward and, protect the
Oh, we
property.
sent this one down the road already.
No, this
I
is,
thought we were like cheering last time, like.
well,
I think all of mine like to get dragged on.
there was a little issue with another,
Yeah.
but I think we resolved it, so yeah, all right?
All right, sounds
You
good,
guys
yeah.
discussed the tapering, is it changed or is it the same exact?
No, it's not, I mean, it hasn't been tapered.
Okay, so it's the same plan that you originally had?
Yeah.
Yeah, mm-hmm, yeah, and so you have the stamped copies.
Okay, can we cheer now?
Yes.
All right, good.
If we can move it ahead.
Great.
Thank you.
All right, well, I'll see you this afternoon.
Okay, that's all you have today. Okay, see you this afternoon. All right. And then you have a Gina. Is that 27 Cormorant Drive?
Yes.
James Yasser. DKR Shores. You have the stolen pen. I knew.
Thanks, Billy.
I thought I was gonna have to go to the videotape.
Okay, I just have one today. It's a armoring an existing bulkhead on the return. And I've already discussed it with Ed.
Yeah.
Previously.
Basically, they want to continue the stone armoring along the face of the bulkhead headed towards the, basically, landward to, there's quite a bit of erosion that's happening in the area, especially in the last couple of years because of all the southeasters we've had. So they want to continue the armoring, which was permitted, or was on the application originally and was in a permit, but he never did the project, so he wants to finalize what he had initially proposed,
Is
correct?
that facing southwest, Ed?
It's facing,
No.
it's the last house on Carmen Point on the outside.
Got it. Yeah, so it's getting hammered by the.
Southeasters, yeah,
Hammered by
East
the
place,
north
yeah.
pole.
yeah, it's terribly got torn up, and especially 2 years ago when we had all these southeasterly winds. So originally, we had permitted that rock to be placed there, but he didn't do the project.
Whose
Yeah.
property is that you just clicked on?
Yeah, sir.
Conservation, wild conservation in town.
The beach next door, yeah.
That's Southampton Town.
Yes.
And then I know we don't go by GIS, but Where's the rack line here? We're good to go
It's
on all this?
up almost to where the end of the,
So the armor would go all the way up to that rack line.
So high water, so a piece of it's gonna be above mean high water, according to this.
It's not necessarily on their property or our property or our right of way. So I don't know if that's gonna give a headache with the neighboring, because it's owned by the preservation.
No, I don't think so, because he talked to all the neighbors already, and that's how they actually use that, like, area to kind of get down.
No, I'm familiar with it. I just want to make sure that you're not gonna get caught up.
No, he's already talked to the neighbors about it.
The town conservation?
No, not the conservation, no,
Well,
because
that's
it's
the
not
piece of
his.
property, isn't it?
Because mean high water, everything that requires a trustee permit doesn't require a conservation board permit, so no, I
I'm
didn't.
not saying the owner of the property is the town conservation.
Like CPF?
I think it's,
Who owns
I mean,
it?
it looks, what
Town, right?
It said, Southampton Town Wild Conservation Land, which I would assume is the CPF,
So does CPF.
which we can send a
Advisory.
request
It's an
to.
advisory letter to, because we are going beyond our rack line, which is,
Well, if it's
Well-
attached to the, if
If
it's
it's
attached to
attached,
the
then it
original
gets-
project, then it would be permitted by the trustees, but we still could send an
the
advisory.
current rack line is up here.
yeah,
That's where,
So,
which is plenty.
so,
Yeah.
The new rack line is probably higher than what's on the survey.
well, yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So, I mean, it touches your rack line, like the entire proposal is in your jurisdiction.
I think we should still
Saying
advise,
they're
we
saying
should
it's
still,
above mean high water, which is outside their jurisdiction, but since it's in trustees, they're gonna take jurisdiction, but they're gonna ask for an advisory letter for the section that's not.
What if I shortened it by like 2 feet and made it 30 instead
That's up
of
to them,
32?
not me.
and we wouldn't need an
Then we
advisory
wouldn't
letter.
need an advisory letter.
I would rather do that. I'll tell them we're just
Yeah.
gonna shorten it by 2 feet.
So,
well,
It's gonna move anyway. So,
The high water's only coming closer to the land.
but
then that would land it completely in our
it's
jurisdiction.
in our,
Would be in your
the whole project's
jurisdiction.
gonna end up in our jurisdiction.
It's all in our
It's-
jurisdiction.
If it's all one, holistic project.
yeah, but we've
it's-
done this on private pieces of property where if you put a bulkhead on multiple pieces of property, you'd have to actually have the conservation board apply for, like when we've had this with returns, when it ends up being on another piece of property, like the CPF would technically have to apply for the 2 foot of rocks. I mean, which we don't even want to get there with that
I don't even
ridiculous,
wanna
because
go
you
there.
know
This-
that
that
the
would be-
rocks are gonna move and you know the rack line's
Rocks are gonna move. I'd
So,
rather
Yeah, just
kind of meet
knock
in the
off the 2
middle and
feet,
make it 30,
make it our jurisdiction.
just so we don't have
Then it would,
any issues.
it would be a continuation of what is currently there, and it would
Correct.
end at the high
Your,
tide.
your thoughts there, Counselor?
Go through with what you're doing.
No, I think we had originally permitted this whole project. He's coming back years later to do it.
Yeah, we're just trying to fix an issue that
So-
was not done before.
I'm okay with it.
With it shortened.
With it shortened.
Shorter.
Yeah,
I'll get you new plans and new cover. Okay? I'll tell Jim.
Okay, so
30.
you're what?
Doing 30, not 32.
So that's all you have today?
That's it?
Okay, so we'll wait for you to send updated paperwork.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, awesome. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll send it to you. I'll email it.
That's on hold. That one we did.
Yep.
And you have Hagerman Builders. All right, a modification for 37 Glover, Village of Sag Harbor. All right. Is that you?
My name's Carly. Nice to meet you.
Really nice to meet you.
We're looking to amend the original permit that was a 4x6 for the floating dock and upgrade it to a 6x20 because after we built the catwalk, the dock, and the floating dock was not buoyant enough for the ramp to land on. was being like submerged underwater. And so we just made it larger to make it usable for the homeowner.
So this is an as-built.
I don't think you've put the floating dock in, right? Or-
It's in, right?
Oh, it is, so it is in.
So you've already changed it.
Mm-hmm.
This has already been changed. So we just have to, I mean, it's still within Blue Book.
Well, where's the, what's the,
Pier line.
yeah, and where's the, you have soundings? What do we got?
I can pull up the soundings from the
Yeah,
original.
just. Okay, let's take a look.
Oh, so the old one was the T?
Mm-hmm.
Right, so we've changed the configuration, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
See, well, I can't read that, but
It's between 1.8 and 3.1 for sounding.
1 to 1.8.
So it's right where it tapers off.
Yeah, okay.
So the ramp and the catwalk stay the same, and then the
I remember when this one come up and I was a little concerned about the size of the float. The original one. All we have to do is make sure we're within the pier line on that.
Right. So I guess what we need is the
overall length from
mean high water
to the
overall length plus, and then just separate it from the overall, and then where the mean high water is to the end of the float.
To the end of the float.
How far off was it when we initially did this?
The initial one, it looks like it was 82 feet for the entire length.
And the pier line is?
I'd have to look. I don't
That's
know.
why it was a T, not a straight dock.
I'm not quite sure if this is the proper answer, but we have the total acreage of the site of the proposed action is 0.85. I don't know if that's related to like the property or that. I'm not quite sure. Okay, so I'll just come back with
Thanks
that.
for that, but we're gonna need make a determination of the length, because there's a pier limitation, there's a pier line.
And you might want to like give the heads up, because maybe James or Charlotte can give you the information as far as the pier length, that the orientation of that currently, how is situated may be incorrect. You might have to go back to a T.
Okay.
Just to make up for the pier line.
Right.
To stay within the.
Yeah, that may have been the rationale, so you may have to turn it sideways.
T or an L.
Right, T or an L.
Okay.
That's probably why it was like that originally.
Right, so you're gonna have to take a look at that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hold this application, give you the time to get that information, and then make sure that we're not, out of spec.
Okay.
Fair?
Great. Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, what else do we have here? We have South Fork. South Fork Environmental, not coming. So that is on hold, or do you want to talk about that, or?
We're gonna hold that.
Yeah, I'll just talk it quick. This is the rowing club.
Okay.
And the Sag Harbor Village is going to probably apply for the application, but it's going to take public sessions and everything else.
So leave it on hold.
Yep.
And then you have Twin Forks. I see Lisa's here for 61 Noyak Bay Avenue, right?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Almost afternoon.
Almost. Let's not rush it.
Why not?
Before we get into it, I don't know if this is in our jurisdiction.
Yeah, it was exactly what was going to come out of my.
Well, I submitted.
Yeah.
We'll examine it. We'll examine it.
If you want to discuss that first before we get too far into it.
Most of these aren't. Most of these go to.
Well, I don't know, Joe, if you want to do a little research on this first?
I'd like to hear what's going on before I even opine to that point.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Let him listen, and then maybe he could,
Is it Noyak Bay?
It's,
Yeah. I was actually just down at this piece of property.
It's not in our jurisdiction.
It's not?
Not in Noyak Bay.
Okay.
for a bulkhead reconstruction, correct?
This is Marty.
It's just straight and kind in place bulkhead reconstruction.
It's not in our jurisdiction. We don't take jurisdiction in Noyak Bay.
So just DEC?
DEC and Marty.
Okay. Can you guys write me a letter indicating that?
No. We don't have jurisdiction. You want
Just gonna
just
say
an
that there's-
advisory that there is none?
Yes.
Okay.
That way I can,
Yes. For like a letter of non-jurisdiction.
Yes.
Kicking it to whoever.
yes, I can pass it
Can I
along.
see the application first?
Do you want to?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, you know what, Joe?
I'd like to research this.
Well, why don't you just put it on hold? Let counsel look at it, and if he can get you a letter, he'll get you a letter, and if he.
Just
if he-
something
if
simple
he-
stating it's out of
Let
your
me,
jurisdiction.
let me look at it to
Give him
just to
time.
confirm that.
Right.
Yeah.
And we don't have to do
Yeah.
this now.
It just,
Okay, let him look at it, and
Historically,
then,
we've not taken jurisdiction.
let him look at it, and then we'll get an official determination for you. I understand what you're saying. All right?
Right.
I got you. Thank you. Have a great afternoon. Okay, so let's go to, that's on hold. Let's now go to Ed Consultants at 28 Robbins Lane for Carter Simpson, and I see Susanna is here. How are you today?
Good morning.
Good morning.
So this is an application for the reconstruction of an existing dock. There were permits in place that we got for the previous owner back in 2008 for the exact same dimensions. They replaced the ramp and float without the benefit of a permit. We submitted the $3,000 fee. Also replaced the decking with open grate decking. Non-treated wood was used. It's the exact same dimensions as what was there before. It's a 4x40 catwalk, a 3x14 ramp, and a 6x20 float in the same location.
What do you guys think?
So the repairs were done without pulling a permit.
Correct.
But they would have been permitted if we.
They would have been permitted. It was
I-
done within compliance.
I would think so. It's the exact same dimensions as what was previously approved. There's plenty of water there. The width of the waterway, it's not restricting any navigation.
You didn't bump out any farther than the existing permit?
James, you looked at this?
I haven't seen the existing.
What are the,
I can give you a copy. I mean,
We're gonna need to make a determination that it's.
because what is the last permits agent? Is there any permits in the file? From previous,
What's it from? What year?
this is from 2008. Alfred and Rose Terroni, Terror.
That's when the last dock was built.
Correct. Well, it was extended a couple of times. It was renewed to 2010.
Okay.
Which I also have in my file. So that, I assume it was
Permit
built
number?
in 2010.
The permit number?
I'm just getting used to reading glasses. It's really annoying. I don't see up to
Really annoying is taking them
That's
off
pretty
and not being able
impressive
to read.
that it's taking, yeah, this
I
long to
know.
actually.
you know,
Well, I had contacts that were doing the trick and now they're not.
Where'd you go? Oh, there you are.
I hate it. 9606. So, yeah, the survey done by John Brilski shows the dimensions. And I believe I submitted a
Maybe-
copy of the survey. So,
Maybe if he can confirm, like we did that last one, if he can confirm that it's built to the.
I think we also should
This
have
is a-
somebody have an eye on it and just make sure that, I'll take your word for it, but that it is non-treated wood,
Mm-hmm.
it flow through decking, all the up to code, and then, somebody can stop by and get an eye on this.
Sure,
Right.
yeah. No, the survey that we submitted is a up-to-date current survey with the new structure.
No, I'm saying like if he can confirm that what's built there meets that same permit,
Yes.
the location,
That's what we
everything.
did to the last one.
If he could do that,
Besides the survey showing that, what would you like? I mean, if you read the old permit and compare it to what's there now.
You basically gotta get your surveyor to take the old permit and
confirm it's in the same
confirm that
location.
it's in the location that the new permit
Right, confirm that the new structure is meeting the footprint of the old permit language.
So you want him to take the old permit drawing and overlay it over the existing,
And confirm that it hasn't increased in size or has changed in its, because you're asking for, a legalization of something that was permitted in 2008, right? So, we want to make sure they know, let's do 100 feet instead of 60, or let's move it over here. You know what I mean?
this is the old drawing and this is the new drawing, they're the same, and the dimensions are the same, so I'm not sure exactly what you
Okay.
want me to do.
We need
convinced of that?
confirmation, we need confirmation from the surveyor that.
Clarification, just clarifying.
So you're saying that the old drawings and the new drawings are all matched. The other one was a rock thing. It was a different scenario.
Okay,
So you've got the exact measurements.
yeah.
So is the exact measurements matching up to, you don't know?
I haven't seen the old.
Right, so we don't have enough information. You don't have
So
enough.
I'll give you copies of the old permit.
Right, so our environmental
I want
analyst.
to look at it right now, and I'm not a surveyor, so I don't know.
No,
if it's-
I get that.
That's what Scott and I were getting
The
at.
practice
at.
would be to have the surveyor put that assurance, you're working off that surveyor's stamp as well. That way you have that assurance.
So,
It'd be like stamp plans, right?
Yeah, I mean, if
So
something
do you have
goes,
do you have
something
standard
goes
here, stamp
south,
plans?
you've got protection of his
You have
stamp.
stamp plan.
well, I have a survey showing the existing structure as it was reconstructed.
Okay, but we don't have engineered stamp plans for the dock itself.
For the, I use the survey to do my drawings and then I get that.
Right, but they're asking for legalization of a structure. So we would need engineered stamp plans for that structure,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
So we would need that. So what I'm saying is, while you're going through that aspect of getting that, right? At the same time, get the surveyor to confirm for the board that the current structure matches the location and dimensions of that
The
prior
existing
permit.
structure.
Okay.
Yes, the existing one, it matches, it all matches, because you have to do this anyway. You're gonna have to get stamp plans for the new structure anyway, so.
Right.
So you might as well satisfy the board and just get that clarification from the surveyor,
Okay,
right?
That would be the best practice.
Right.
I agree.
Because you gotta do it anyway, so,
all right, so give the surveyor the old drawings.
and and
Make
get him
sure
to.
that is in the same location as the
Correct.
new drawing.
Same location, same length, same width.
Well, the length and width's already on
Yeah,
there.
but
I get it.
I
Let
know, I
him-
understand you can tell me that, but there's a lot,
Let
in
him-
2008 to 2025, it's a long
Let him
period of
certify
time.
that with his stamp.
Okay.
At the same time, you're getting the engineered stamp plans, that way there's no question.
Are you good for August, or you want to push back to us in September, or what's your next?
We're good.
Wait for tomorrow. Because I've already got the information.
May I just,
Let's go for August, because you still gotta get the engineer to do his thing.
August
The,
3rd. that's
third.
the next one?
August 4th?
we don't have jurisdiction.
So let's move it to August 4th. Are we clear?
Let's recall it, I'll put it on the record that way.
You have anything else?
All right,
Could we recall that Noyak, application? Noyak?
61 Noyak Bay Avenue.
I
Yeah.
second it.
I've had a chance to review the drawings. We don't have jurisdiction, so I've spoken with the agent, and I'll be issuing just an email to the effect that since it's on Peconic Bay, we do not have any jurisdiction on the project.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
What do we have next here? We have Surfside Environmental at 2 Edgemere LLC.
Did we ever get that a letter from downstairs for
Hello there.
buffer?
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you guys? Daphne Vaughn, Surfside Environmental Planning, for 2 Edgemere LLC.
I know I requested from James a letter from Marty to see if any didn't we request a letter from downstairs, James?
Yes, I don't believe we received a advisory letter.
Okay. But please proceed.
So this is a brand new dock that we're proposing that would be centered, or more than centered, between 2 existing docks on the adjacent properties. It would be fixed 4 feet wide by 54 feet long with a standard 30-inch by 14-foot ramp and then a 6 by 20 float in an L configuration that basically matches the dock next door. There's a bunch of Phragmites along the shoreline that's been delineated as wetlands, so it would cut through the frag. And then the float would be entirely within 2.5 feet of water.
How far is it off that extended property line?
10 feet.
Yeah. We're good with that.
So it should meet the code as far as everything is concerned.
My one question was about the permit, about, that's why I wanted the advisory letter from Marty, to make sure that just make sure that the buffer.
Joe, this isn't the one that's tied up prior with a bulkhead that was constructed.
No, this is a new application.
No. It's 49.
Different application.
What is next door? What is all that stuff on the next door?
That was 48, that was 49 Andrew.
Was it a bunch of jet ski
That's the
floats?
one that's the mess?
That's the
What's that?
Different property.
Was it a bunch of jet ski floats or something?
Can we zoom in a little bit, James? Yeah, I got 3 jet ski floats.
Okay, so there's an issue. Not yours,
I
but
was gonna say, it has nothing to
somebody
do with
else's
me.
issue.
For one.
Just zoom in on that piece of property a little bit, Joe. Which one?
Send the-
James.
Send the constables.
Yeah. The permit application. And it's dead center. We got we got 15 foot on either side, 10 foot on either side.
Well, you do, but why, you're kind of leaning off to the one side. Right, why
Yeah,
are you
because
not?
because the angle of that other dock is kind
Yeah,
of
we're
like,
basically matching the guide to the west.
yeah. I can understand why they're tilting it if you look at
No,
the
no,
overhead.
no, I see the tilt, but what I'm saying is, you know, whatever, maybe you can get a couple more feet relief on the property. How big a,
Well, so that's a road. That's an actual road. It's not even the other guy's property, to my knowledge. It's a right of way. So there's actually another 30 feet in
I
between.
understand. It's still an ownership and an access and egress for somebody. So it's regardless of whether it's a road, it's an owned piece of property.
I believe it's a private road. That's the end of Edgemere Road. It wraps around the whole thing. That's the access to all those properties there. So I don't know that they would have ability to come in with anything.
I just, you know, when I looked at it, I was like, you could be 12 feet off. You know what I mean? If you just slid the.
Well, we can
The other
slide the
dock's
float
a little
over a
low.
couple feet, but
Slide
I
the
don't
foot-
really
slide the
see
float
what
over.
the value of that is.
Well, just moving away from the property line a little
I
further.
mean, doesn't the code ask for 10 feet? We're
But
at
I
10
think the
feet.
other codes asked for 15 now.
Army Corps?
Yeah.
Army Corps?
Yeah, but the other dock is hitched over to the west too, to the one to the east there.
But what's the
Yeah,
proximity?
If you extended our property line there, are they?
What's their proximity to the property line, that other property? What's theirs?
It looks like it's right in the middle the way it's proposed.
No, where the dock is, yeah, I'm just looking at the way the L is.
If you made the dock a T instead of an L, I think we'd solve all our problems right here.
Well, I've already heard from the DEC who told me they don't really have any issue
They have no issues?
with the location. They just wanted me to label the wetland boundary,
So then they
which
wouldn't.
I've
What
done.
about Army Corps?
Army Corps hasn't reviewed it yet, but I did get a notice that they have it.
Okay.
The guy next door, I'm estimating, is about 13 feet, 12 and a half feet
Right.
from the property line
Right.
of the extension of my guy.
I think the Army Corps is 15.
I think, I know they are, yeah.
Yeah. You do know if that's, is Army Corps 15?
I don't know that they are, because I have other docks that I've proposed at 10 feet that they've approved, so I don't think that that's an issue. I thought that they basically were in sync with you guys.
No, last I knew we were like 5 feet out of sync, and we were thinking about changing ours, you know, just to move away from the.
Because everyone's supposed to have gotten excessively bigger.
Because then you know, whatever, it's hanging over, and then these people and those people. And I'm just, you know what, where you can avoid, you know, you can get more relief, you know, opt for a little more relief than less relief, because it eliminates, you know, a future headache. You know, that's all I'm looking at it, just the way the config is an L.
Well,
I don't
so,
understand, you know, like why it can't be, a little
well, I
bit.
don't know, my client prefers to have it as an L.
Yeah. Okay.
Has nothing to do.
Well, we prefer it as a T.
I can certainly talk to him. I will say we are trying to utilize an existing cut into the Phragmites.
Oh, that's fine. It's just just the placement of where the float is itself, where the ramp is hitting the float, right? That's all.
Yeah,
Right.
but if you slide it too far it's gonna get closer to the other dock. Right now, it's situated in between the two docks. It's like right in the middle.
So my float is about 60, about 60 feet from the guy to the east, and it's
100 feet?
about 90.
90, so there's, you know, you're not putting a 60-footer there, you're gonna put a, right?
I would
It's a
just leave
20-foot
it-
float.
I would just leave it as is. You keep pushing it to the guy to the east, which is even less room.
But you still got 60 feet, what'd you say, 60 feet?
60 and 90, and part of the reason it's 90 is because, like I said, that's the road end in between.
Right, so, but if you had 55 or 53, you know what I mean, or 58, you'd be 2 feet, no?
Make it, I recommend it being a T. That's my recommendation, but I'm one of 5.
That would solve everybody's problem there.
It's a private road end, and who owns the private road end? Who owns that roadway?
I would imagine either each owner probably pays for maintenance of it, but I don't know that that means that they would have access. I feel like that would have been done already.
Well, I mean, it is a form of access, correct? Or is this a paper road?
Yeah, no,
It's a paper road. It's not even improved.
It's a private road too.
But no one's ever going to be able to build a dock off of it, right?
No, I don't believe that that's an issue at all. If anything, there's this little cut in
Well, it
there
looks
that
like
I'm
somebody
sure
uses it
people-
right now.
Yeah, for mooring.
Somebody's got a stick mooring there right now.
Correct.
So somebody's already using that as going in and out.
And there are other areas in communities where you do end up putting in shared docking facilities, so, listen, I'm just trying to be mindful of,
If
you know,
the,
other
if the
phone
person puts a
calls,
35 footer on that L dock, it's going to be overhanging onto another piece of property, which is what we're trying to mitigate as much as possible as trustees at the current moment, because we get a lot of blowback.
Yes, so I'm just saying, you know, when I just look at the config, it looks like there's room to step off a little bit without doing any harm to your project, but yet giving a little bit more relief on the other side, that's all. And then Chip's saying, well, you know, you can make it T, and that puts it right in the middle, and you still have more than enough room, you know, 50 some odd feet from, right, 50 to 90 some feet, you got plenty of room, right?
I think I'm number 2 on the T.
Okay, so is the consensus
I
that
would say go back to client too. If your client says, I'm impartial either way, but I think, you know, if the board wants to see, I wouldn't object to.
I just think 10 foot is really close on the adjoining property lines in general. You know, in general, it's
get
close.
that, but
You know what I
it's
mean?
your
It's like
code, so it's kind of.
if you can get more relief from that, you know, everyone's kind of pushing off to one side.
I know you're sticklers for following the code, so we did that. Now you're telling me you want more. So I'm just trying to, I mean, I've got 2 people saying that they don't really care.
The code's
One
currently
that says that he does. And
minimum standards.
I just want to know what you want.
Code's minimum standards. Our thought process is that other regulatory authorities look for a little more relief.
I guess the worst case scenario, approach your client, see if they're willing to put a T. If they are, then we'll go with a T. If not, then
Slide it over a couple feet. That's all. You know, I don't think it's going to make a lot to your client if it's over, you know, just the float.
what's the water do?
People are what?
Very sensitive about this.
There's water, that's plenty of water.
So am I.
They're fine.
People are. What I find is that people are sensitive to the property line.
He's gonna look at. I'm gonna tell you right now what's gonna happen. He's gonna look at these. He's gonna say that guy's got an L. Why can't I have an L?
Well, he can have an L,
He
but
can
then
have
he
an
can
L.
move, then he can hitch his whole T-dock out. So then we have 15 foot off the property line.
That guy got a T, yeah.
Go
got
back
what?
to Marty Shea and
There's
deal
a
with
T
that.
right there.
Yeah. So you can go to Marty and you guys can have everything amended again and move the whole.
Why do I have to go to Marty? I
No,
don't
I'm
have
just
to go to
saying, if
Marty.
you were using a
If you had it, if you have to
existing footprint of wetland coming off, where we're trying to accommodate, where's the
Hold it
location?
anyway, because we have an advisory letter request, right? So
there's an advisory letter going on anyway in this thing, so it's on hold.
So Daphne, if you took the L and reversed it and went in the other direction, what would happen?
Well, there we go.
Well, then I'd be closer to the other guy, and then you would
Not
probably
really.
not be that psyched about
Not
it.
with the angle you have going on right there. You have the angle is not parallel with the property lines anyway.
Then you'd be 50 feet. I mean, even that's still a good amount of space.
Yeah. You flip if he really wants an L instead of a T. Yeah, you could flip the L the other way and have a real L instead of a reverse
All you
L.
need to do,
We'll talk about our letters.
all you need to do is just get a little,
I'm seeking consensus and consistency. That's all. That's all I look for.
I think what we need to do is,
Tell me what you
I
want.
think what we need to do is walk away from, I'm 10 feet and I'm good, you know what I mean? That's what we need to walk away from, because that's creating issues like Chip was saying, then they get a 35-footer, outboards, pulpit, and now it's,
I get
know,
that. I totally
right?
get that.
And now- and then these
I
people
don't
want- and then-
disagree, but it's
Yeah.
over. If it was over a property, like a legit property, sure. But it's a road that I can't see.
Yeah, but you could
It's a
see that
legit
somebody's
property, though,
utilizing it. It's
Daphne.
still a piece of property.
It's still a legit property, so you can't, just because it's not been improved or anything.
Yeah, for all I know, the guy's putting a 20-foot boat there that would match the. I mean, it's kind of
That guy is, but the
speculative.
next guy that
So
buys the piece
dismissive
of
is what
property
I'm
is
trying
going to
to
put the
say.
big boat in.
I get it. I'm not. I want to know what you guys want, and as long as
Is this in Fish Cove?
it's Woolly.
yeah, it's
Pond.
Willie's
Pond.
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 yeah.
Oh, there,
See
yeah.
it?
Water body. Yes.
So okay,
T's, we got
I'll
L's,
I'll talk to my client.
Right.
maybe he wants an I don't know, something.
Yeah,
Right,
you know,
right.
Want to buy a vowel?
exactly. We'll talk about the alphabet
All right,
as long as it's not a W.
there you go.
Super. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
all right.
Looks like I'm last up with Baycrest.
Last up.
That's you guys.
Southampton Town, Underwater Land, LK McLean.
Keith Masseria with McLean Associates.
Looks like Salem bulkhead, huh?
Yeah. It's been trouble for years, yeah.
Yeah, so what we're looking to do here is an in-place replacement with sections of the bulkhead being low sill. So on the north side of the bridge that goes to the one homeowner, on the west side would be low sill, south side.
East side. Right.
No, it's,
Oh,
Wait, do you have multiple homeowners on this?
Well, it's the
Multiple pieces of property?
it's the town, and so the property line kind of runs along the bulkhead.
Okay.
So the homeowner on the west side, the property line runs along the bulkhead. So we have their approval for the work, as well as the highway department who owns the roadway. So on the north side of the bridge, that will be a low sill bulkhead. South side, 18 inches higher, meeting the height of the trustees bulkhead down at the end.
Right, so you'll match up.
Correct. We just recently, after this was scheduled, we got the DC permit for the bulkhead. So we have that, as well as the stamped engineer plans as well.
Are you concerned with low sill? When you say low sill, is it the same height that it is now, or it's going to be lower than it is now?
It's a little higher than it is, a little lower than it is now, but there'll be a secondary bulkhead behind it that will match the.
Okay, because I was worried about the road.
Yeah,
Right
yeah,
there.
Right, we had the same concern, but there's a secondary bulkhead that will prevent the roadway from
This is
going on the line.
being engineered by the highway department, so they've taken that into consideration, and they've also taken into consideration wanting to retain and not have a loss of wetlands. So this project takes, factors that in, so you're actually gonna gain wetlands. So instead of replacing a bulkhead where you're just gonna raise it to match the 18-inch elevation or match the trustees all the way through, heavy vegetation there, you can preserve that vegetation and then engineer it so you're protecting the road. So you're kind of getting the best of both worlds. You're protecting the road and you're getting the wetlands protection as well. So I know you guys carefully looked at this. We did our project quite a while ago. And it's a long time coming that this is getting done because it's been a bit of a liability down there.
I used to keep my boat along that dock there until it wasn't allowed to, yeah, it was so bad that they liked
Right.
to.
So now there's the potential to get this done reasonably, protect the road and preserve wetland as well. Right?
Increase wetland.
You're increasing wetland. So you're doing a good project here.
Where does the project stop? How far north does it go? Because I know around the bend and it heads back to the,
About where that last picture is,
yeah.
yeah, right where his mouse is, it ends there. And then it's just naturally vegetated from that point
And that's
further
the
north.
point of the low sill, because it'll meet the natural shoreline.
Right.
I think you've done a very good job.
Thanks.
Send it.
Yep.
Should we leave these hard copies with James, or we could email these over as well? But
Give James whatever he needs. We can
plans for
formalize a resolution, obviously waiving all the fees.
You have them stamped, or?
You guys know a good engineer who can stamp your plans?
Just out of curiosity, how are you guys gonna deal with that bridge there?
we're gonna have to remove and reset that, so that's gonna have to get lifted off. We spoke with the homeowner because they're involved because of the odd property line situation. And it's I think they're not there during the winter months, so we're just gonna schedule it and try and get done as quickly as we can while they're not using it.
Right.
Perfect.
Can you just update your cover sheet? To be more specific with the low sill, like how
Shoot
many
the hose up.
feet?
Yeah.
Linear feet for the low sill and regular. Separate it. And the height increase for the. And that's matching the
Or bulkhead.
trustees bulkhead.
Yes, to the south.
Yeah, if you could just be a little more descriptive on that.
All right, great. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Good job with that.
Yeah.
And then you've got, that's it, right?
That's it.
So now we're gonna go to the general permit applications for determination, final stamp plans. You have 12 Sun Court.
Yep. Give us the lease action.
Robert Tannhauser.
12 Sun, Hampton Bays.
Stamp plans, all good.
See that?
That's okay. Advance it then. James.
And you got 3 for trustee Marin, you got 128.
Yeah. Stamped. This one was cookie cutter. Send it.
$658 fine point.
Yeah, that's fine. Mm-hmm.
42 town.
Yep, we're good.
Lee.
Okay.
Good. Last one was Old Town. Go there.
Was that bioswale project?
Yeah.
Yeah, the bioswale.
It's up north.
It's Old Town, right?
Yeah, Old Town, but on the northern end.
Stamped.
Okay, great, thank you.
Yeah. Good work session as a wrap.
Yep.
That's it. All right. Does anybody have anything else? I know we have a lot of bullet points on executive session agenda here today. Does anybody have anything you need to discuss in work session? We adjourn to exec. Okay.
I'm good.
I will make a motion to close this meeting, go to the executive session for the purposes of discussing litigation and contract.
Second.
Seconded trustee Warner, all in favor?
Aye.
Have a nice afternoon, everybody. We'll see you at 1 o'clock.